We're going to start lying down flat on your back. So go ahead, allow the body to release. Let the hips descend into the mat. Allow the legs to be long and let the arms flow down by your side. Allow the arms to also be long. Again, if you are dealing with any injuries or any considerations, please feel free to modify, feel free to pull back a little bit. This requires extra awareness into your body, into what you're feeling. So no trying to push too hard if you're dealing with an injury. Simply just try to notice. Sometimes movement can actually help heal an injury by being very aware, by really tuning into it and strengthening the parts that are a bit weak. It can actually bring a lot of healing. Slide your feet together to touch and then take your arms over your head for a full body stretch. Pull the fingertips towards the back of the room and kick the heels forward. So you want to extend the inner edges of your legs long. Can you extend the inner edges of your arms long? Extend the sides of your waist. Extend your legs. Extend the spine. Very good, release. Now hook the other thumb on top. Same thing, full stretch. Pull the thumbs apart and stretch the fingertips back behind you as you kick the heels forward. Can you allow the back of the ankles to touch the floor? And think of sliding your heels forward towards the front of your room as you stretch the fingertips back. Good, and release. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. Taking some time here to allow the body to soften. You can rock side to side, massaging your lower back. Interlace the fingers over your right knee. Pull the right knee in towards your chest and extend the left leg out. Kick the heel forward and then pull the right knee closer towards your right shoulder. Switch left knee into your chest, right leg straight. Switch sides, first side again. Pull the right knee into your chest. Now this time, lower the right knee towards the left side. So the right knee wants to touch the floor on your left. Can you allow the right shoulder blade to stay heavy on the mat, but allow the right knee to touch the floor? Come back to center. Hug the right knee into your chest. And then release. Switch sides. Bend the left knee into your chest. Twist. Left knee towards the right side. Let the left shoulder stay heavy on the mat. Come back to center, release. Hug the left knee into your chest. Good, and then both legs straight. Release the legs. Hug both knees into your chest. Stay here. Now keeping the knees bent, can you bring the arms over your head and hook the thumbs, spread the fingers. Extend the arms well. Bring the legs up towards the ceiling so legs are straight. Can you firm the front of your thighs towards the back of your thighs? So your legs are as straight as you can, ideally at 90 degrees. If not, they can come a little bit forward, but can you keep the legs straight? From here, notice your lower back. Can you push the lower back into the mat? So further down towards the floor. We want there to be this compression of the abdomen coming in. So even now, just by not doing anything, you should feel the abdomen, the core start to work. Hold here. Now keeping the arms straight, keeping your core connection, can you lower the right leg 30 degrees down? Hold. Right leg 60 degrees down, hold here. Right leg 2 inches above the floor, hold. Come back to center, stay. Left side, left leg 30 degrees down. Left leg 60 degrees down, hold. Left leg 2 inches above the floor, hold. Good, come back up. Right leg 30 degrees down. Lower back heavy on the mat, legs are straight. Right leg 60 degrees down. Right leg 2 inches above the floor, hold. Right leg up, switch. Left leg 30. Left leg 60 degrees down. Lower back stays flat as much as you can. Left leg 2 inches above the floor, hold. Come back up. Keep the legs at 90. Now we're going to go single leg, but we're going to go faster. So right leg, lower down towards the floor, hover and hold here. Lower back stays flat. Right leg just hovers. Good, come back up. Left leg down, just hovers 2 inches above the floor, hold. Both legs straight. Extend the legs, lower back stays flat. Good, left leg up. Switch, right leg down, hold and hover. Right leg up, left leg down. Hold and hover. So your legs are in an L shape. Can the lower back stay heavy? Good, come back up. Bend the knees, knees to chest, release. Keep the knees, bring the arms into a cactus shape. Lower the knees towards your right elbow. Try to keep the knees together and the left elbow flat on the floor. Come back to center. Lower your knees towards the left. Ground the right elbow heavy on the floor, but keep the knees together. Knees are touching. Come back to center and stay. Now interlace the hand with the other thumb on top. Extend the arms well and keep the shoulder blades flat on the mat. Now both legs up towards the ceiling. Okay, we're going to go both legs. Keep the lower back flat on the floor. Extend the arms well. Imagine somebody pulling you with the fingertips away. So the arms stay really long. Hold here. Lower back flat. Lower both legs 30 degrees down. Hold. Are your legs straight? Is the lower back touching? Lower your legs 60 degrees down. Legs straight, lower back touching. Notice. Both legs 2 inches above the floor. Hold here. Hold here. Extend. Both legs come up. One more time, slow. Both legs 30 degrees down. Legs straight. Lower back. Lower 60. Legs straight. Lower back stays flat. Hover. Hold here. Hold here. Use your core. Good. Come back up. Keep your legs. Now at your own pace, you're going to go 5 times. Lower, hover above the floor, and then come back up. Again, lower, hover above the floor, come back up. Just 5 times at your own pace. Really extend the arms well. And keep the lower back touching the mat as much as you can. So some of us might have more of an arch in the lower back, and it may be harder to pull it down. If it doesn't touch the floor, that's okay, but we really want the core to work. Once you've done 5, you can bend your knees, hug the knees into your chest. Focusing on your breath, deep belly breathing. When you're done, knees to chest, arms into a cactus. Lower your knees towards the right elbow and stay. Pass through center, lower towards your left. Come back to center. Okay, keep the legs where they are. Interlace the hands behind your head, so you have to lift your head up. Interlace the hands behind your head. Allow the elbows to come wide. And then think of curling up by pushing your lower back into the mat and let the shoulder blades come up. Stay here. Keep the neck neutral by looking up towards the ceiling. So in this pose, you should feel the rib cage and the hip crease, the gap here, start to close. So we're using the core muscles to come up and to lift the body up. Now stay here. Try to lift the shoulder blades off the floor even more. You should feel your lower back heavy on the floor. Stay here. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling 90 degrees. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. Now lower the legs 30 degrees. Stay here. Feel the lower back heavy on the floor. Legs are straight. The muscles of your kneecap want to pull up, and the front thighs want to push forward. Maintain this alignment. Can you lower down 60 degrees? And we're going to stay here. Can you think of curling up? Curl the upper body up. Close the gap between ribcage and hip crease. Feeling the core start to turn on. Shoulder blades lifting up. Lower the legs a little bit more. Can you maintain the lower back flat? Last few seconds, hold it here. Can you lower even more? Lower your legs. Legs straight, lower back flat. Good, and then release. Bend the knees, knees to chest. Oftentimes the holds are the hardest, but they really, really test your strength. Okay, interlace the hands over your right shin. Extend the left leg out, but have the left leg hovering 2 inches above the mat. So just like we did just now, hovering, but you're pulling the right knee into your chest. From here, keep the left leg hovering. Lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Imagine bringing the forehead towards your knee. Okay, you're going to keep this position. Bend the left knee into your chest. Hug the left knee into your chest and straighten the right leg. Switch sides. Right knee into your chest, left leg straight. But keep the shoulder blades lifted. The straight leg always hovers. Switch. Switch again. Switch. Pull the left knee into your chest. Go 5 more each side. Switch. Switch. Left leg in. Last 4. Right leg comes in. Switch. Left leg. Last 3. Right leg. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. Left leg. Last 2. Right leg comes in. Shoulder blades lifting up. Your straight leg hovers. Switch. 1 more time each side. Pull the knee closer to your chest. Left leg. Good. Hug your knees to your chest and release. Now both legs, stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Can you hold on to your shins? So wherever you are, hold on to your shins. And then try to lift the body up. So when you lift the shoulder blades up, you notice that there's even more room to curl the fingertips up. Can you lift the shoulder blades so high? Curl the fingertips as high as you can, but keep the legs straight. Keep this. Interlace the fingers behind the right shin. Left leg forward. Left leg hovers. So we're doing the same switches, but with straight legs. Hold it here. Now can you bend the elbows and pull the leg closer to your head? Switch sides. Left leg comes in. Interlace over the left shin and pull the left leg in closer towards you. Switch. Pull the right leg in. Forehead touch the knee. Switch sides. You can modify by switching back to the previous posture. Switch, right leg comes in. Other side, left leg. 3 more here, right side. Shoulder blades high. Left side. Right. Leg straight. Left. 1 more time each side, right. Left side, last one. Good, bend the knee and release. Very nice. Can shake the legs out to rock side to side. So that was a lot of upper core, upper and lower core. Okay, going for some side core now, so obliques. Going to do your bicycle switches. So for this one, it's very similar to the single leg switches here, except we're going to have the hands behind the head and we're going to cross. So opposite elbow, opposite knee, and then we switch. Okay, so bend the knees into your chest, interlace the hands behind your head. Make sure the neck is neutral, the elbows come out slightly. Now lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Think of closing the gap between ribcage and hip crease. Come up even more. Lift the shoulder blades high. Now right elbow touch the left knee and extend the right leg straight. Just hover. Switch. Right knee, left elbow, left leg straight. Switch. Bicycle switches. Switch. Change. Right side. Good, keep it going. So following your breath, lifting the shoulder blades up. Keep switching. We've got a few more seconds to go. Keep on going. The leg that's straight, make sure it's extending well. Make sure it's hovering 2 inches above the mat. Make sure the elbows touch and your shoulder blades are lifted. Go for another 5, 4, stay with it, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Very good. Knees to chest. Come into happy baby. So your hands hold the outer edges of your feet. Extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Softening your lower back down to the floor. Soften the shoulders. Let the core release. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Lower the heels towards your hips and allow the knees to come forward. Hug the knees into your chest and then roll up into your downward dog. So your hands are shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Full extension, full stretch. Lift the right leg up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, open the hip. We're coming into pigeon pose, so send the right knee to touch your right wrist. And then let the right shin rest on the floor. Send the hips back and onto the floor. You can stay up on your hands or you can lower down to the mat. If your right hip is not touching the floor, or if you're feeling a lot in your right hip, feel free to place a block, a towel, or whatever you have, maybe a pillow underneath your hip, so it feels a little bit more at ease. Allow the forehead to soften. Slowly come back onto your hands, step it back, downward dog. Left leg reaches up, bend the knee, open the hip. Come forward, left knee to left wrist. Let the left shin rest on the floor. Walk your hips back and then fully release down. You can stay on your hands or come onto your forearms. Slowly come back onto your hands. Step back, downward dog. Step your feet in between your hands, forward fold. Let the feet stay touching, feet together, and allow the upper body to hang. Now from here, bend your knees. Allow the belly to rest on your thighs, and then sweep the arms up into your chair pose. Try to bring the upper arms behind your ears. Now in 5 counts, very slowly, lower all the way down to the mat. We're coming into boat pose. So once your hips touch the floor, legs come up, arms by your side, hold here. Now try to round your spine. So the lower back here, can you create that rounding? All in the core. Start to hold. Can you try to straighten the legs? Can you bring the arms over your head? Hold it here. And in 5 counts, lower all the way down to the mat. Very slowly. And then release. Full deep breaths. Step your feet onto the mat, so bend your knees. Bridge pose. Lift your hips, feet are hip width apart. Lift the hips, interlace the hands underneath your body, and then walk the shoulder blades into each other. Lift your hips high, so you engage the glutes, and we stretch out the core. So all of the core work we did just now, this pose helps to relieve it. Can you push the forearms heavy into the mat? Lift the hips up. Use your legs to lift the hips, engaging the glutes. Hold here, breathing deeply. Very slowly coming back down, articulating through your spine. Hug your knees into your chest. And then straighten the legs. Let the legs be long. Let the arms stay by your side. And then start to close your eyes. Softening the whole body into the mat. In strength exercises, it's easy to forget about the breath. It's easy to hold the breath. But when we think of mindful movement, it also incorporates this breath flow. So even though the exercises may be more demanding, a bit stronger, make sure you always tune into the breath as well. The breath can send you a lot of power to hold stronger postures, to stay in these holds for a longer amount of time. So don't forget the breath, don't neglect the breath. I know it's hard sometimes to to tune into it when you're trying to hold. But notice how it guides you and how it supports you as you go through the poses. Starting to bring movement into your fingertips, into your toes. You can bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. And then slowly roll up into a comfortable seat. I'm going to end with some side bends. So interlace the fingers, push the palms forward, and bring the arms over your head. Full stretch. Lengthen and lift up tall. Now bring the right hand to the floor beside you, left arm up and over your ear for a side bend. Switch sides, left hand on the floor beside you, right arm up and over your ear. Come back to center. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, both arms come down. 2 more times. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, both arms release. 1 more. Big breath. Inhale, both arms reach up, touch. Exhale, both arms down. Release. Rolling the shoulders out. Rolling the shoulders forward. Okay, very good job today. Thank you for joining me for strength, and I hope to see you soon.